And are you refreshed? Good. Now what?
Hello, Abraham. First of all, thank you for everything that you do for all of us. I have been listening for a while, and I am what you like to refer to as a strong wanter. A very, very strong wanter.
Usually people who tell us that they are strong wanters are those who have beliefs that oppose desire. And so you are able to measure your desire by the struggle. Is that the kind of wanter you are?
It's not what I try to aspire to, but sometimes. I am hoping you can give me a little bit of fine-tuning with the difference between when I have a desire that still needs some work on resistance, and when
every desire needs work on resistance. The problem is the work on resistance just makes the resistance more. So rather than work on resistance, what you're wanting to work on is more allowance, which is finding ways to feel better about the desire. What we're wanting Esther to understand means don't be so practical so soon. So let's talk about something real, and we'll show you what we would do.
For me right now, I'm looking for some passion.
You want to know what you want?
Yeah.
You want something to ring your bells?
Yes.
The other day, Esther was visiting with some friends, and they went on a day journey, just a few hours, up into the Rocky Mountains. So Esther set herself up for that feeling that you're in, that she's pre-paved, in that she imagined a nice day, and it was. And she imagined lots of fun and laughter with her friends, and there was that. When that moment of ecstasy came, it was just momentum. There'd been no subterfuge to the momentum, which just meant, I like this, 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 I like this. And soon there is a crescendo that just takes your breath away. And you feel like the most blessed and the most loved. But most people don't do that. Most people say, I like this, not that so much. I like this, not that so much. I like this, oh, I could do without that. And so the momentum doesn't build to that place of ringing your bells in that way. Does that make sense to you? Now that's just an example of a few hours in a car together. But your whole life is that way. This is good, this isn't. This is good, this isn't. This is good, this isn't. The subject here is the subject of momentum. Esther translates into some of her old-fashioned vocabulary that many of you may not even be able to relate to. It's like priming the pump. Priming the pump. Did you ever prime a pump? Sometimes you have to suck on a hose to get it going, and then once it gets going, then so priming the pump, or our newest words are get out ahead of it, segment intend, look for positive aspects. You cannot be practical because your practicality will kill the momentum. That objectivity, that practicality is, I really want more money, but I don't have enough right now. I really want more money, but my family never had enough money. I really want more money, but my job just doesn't pay enough. I really want more money, but so there's not an allowance of the laws of the universe to help you out. So it takes some decision. You said, I'm a powerful wanter, and we like determination, but we want your determination to be focused upon the determination to find the best feeling thoughts. And if you find yourself working too hard at it, then it's not really a good exercise. So the easiest thing to get momentum going is to find something that it's easy to get momentum going about. Now we're going to give you something here that's going to help you enormously. This will make sense to all of you. It's our favorite new way of explaining this. Thank you for your question. Every subject is two subjects, like the end of the stick that has what you want on it and the end of the stick that has the absence of what you want on it. I want more money is one end of the stick. I don't have enough money is the other end. So let's say that that's not the only stick in the pile. There's the money stick, there's the relationship stick, there's the way I earn my money stick, there's the friendship stick, there's the lover stick, there's the where I live stick, there's all this bundle of sticks. And let's say that you've decided that you're going to identify and isolate feeling good on the money stick. So you think about it, but the other end of the stick, you've practiced it more. So every time you try to think about or daydream about more money, you just become more practical and realize that you don't have enough. So you try, but it's a struggle and you never really get there. And then you feel like you're not good at this. But what if in that pile of sticks, there was a really good feeling stick? Maybe it's your dog, your little dog. That cute little dog that licks your face, that cute little dog that you have never had anything but a blissful thought about. You just can't bring yourself to do anything but love that dog. Do you have one of those dogs? Do you know one of those dogs? So you're thinking about that little dog. Now that little dog may not be with you here today, hopefully. Sometimes you bring them. That little dog, as you're thinking about that little dog, you're thinking about that little dog, and it's so easy to be on that end of the stick. And so you think about the little dog, you think about cute little dog, that dog that waits for you and loves you and is so unconditional in that love and so really adorable. Think about the pictures of that dog that is so easy for you to love. So that's the stick that you're focused upon. And the other end of the stick just is not activated at all. By activating that end of that stick, you now have access to that end of all of those sticks. Now you might jump to the money stick, in which case you'll go to the other end, but it takes a minute. And meanwhile, you did good work on all the end of all those sticks. If you just understand that it's a vibrational thing that you're doing here, you're tuning yourself to this end of the stick, which is to say you're tuning yourself to positive expectation, which is to say you're tuning yourself to the way your inner being looks at all your sticks, which means you're tuning yourself to pure positive energy, which means you're tuning yourself to being in the receiving mode, which means you're tuning yourself to being in the vortex, which means you're tuning yourself to being a vibrational match to what's in your vortex. You see what we're getting at? So don't be practical. Take the path of least resistance. What is the easiest stick to feel good about? Whatever it is. And before you know it, you'll feel good about just about all the sticks. And if you're like most humans, you'll still focus upon the problem stick. You don't need to. So it works the other way too. Maybe you've got this pile of sticks and you're feeling pretty good about them. You like your house, you like your mate, you like your job, you're doing really good. You just don't like that one neighbor. Well, you know, you could focus on the neighbor or the barking dog that lives with the neighbor. You could focus there, and before you know it, you've activated the other end of all of your sticks, because that's the way tuning is, you see. So what was your original question to us? Try to restate it as closely as you can to what you said.
I was looking for some fine-tuning on when things need some more gestation. They're in the vortex.
Hold on, that's not what you said. Where were you? Oh, did it go away?
Yeah.
Now it's irrelevant? You can't even find it. Can't even find it because you were on the other end of the stick. And now your question has moved on, and that's good. So now what do you want to talk about? You want something that rings your bells. And the thing that we really want you to hear is that when you let something just be pleasant, it's not really a big bell ringer, but it's not a downer either. And so when you find something that's pleasant, something else will follow it, and something else, and something else, and something else, and something else, and something else. You see, that passion that you're looking for, you're really going to like this. So here's this vortex full of ingredients. They're all in cooperation with one another. And now you found a stick in your pile that you focused upon that had no resistance in it. And so now you have access to a whole bunch of stuff in your vibrational reality. You have access to things in your vibrational reality that in your normal practical life you don't have access to. And so if it's enough for you to just feel that calm pleasure of non-resistance, then what happens is you'll begin to receive something more from this. And at first it won't be really bell ringing, but it will be pleasant. And if it's pleasant, that's enough. In other words, let's just say that something that isn't negative, something that doesn't feel bad, is enough. Because if you can find something that's just neutral and that doesn't feel bad, that's the beginning of positive momentum, because you're not doing that thing that you usually do that takes it in the other direction. So now something else will come, and something else will come, and something else will come, but you got to be patient. The other day we were speaking with a very nice person who was wanting more movement in her work, and she used the word vehicle in her question to us. And so we said, imagine that you're in a vehicle and you're moving along and everything's satisfying, nothing to write home about, it's not ringing your bells, not even, but it doesn't suck. It's okay, feels pretty good. So you're just moving along, and in that absence of resistance, thought's not ringing your bells, but it's not resistant either. Following us? She looks over, oh, there's another vehicle, extra pretty. She just moves over there, just goes down the road a little bit, doesn't ring her bells, nothing to write home about, doesn't suck. She looks over and there's another vehicle, faster, brighter, shinier. She just slip right into it because it's right there, and off you go, and then off you go, and then off you go, and then off you go, and pretty soon those bells are ringing. You see how it is? The breakthrough for her, and it is for you too, she wanted to go from this vehicle to that one, and she wanted to do it now. And law of attraction just doesn't help you do that, because when you reach for a stick that you're not a vibrational match to, all it does is activate where you are instead of where you want to be. So something that just feels a little better has to be enough. You know why? It's all you have access to. Has to be enough. Has to be enough. And it's enough. It's enough. It's the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance is something that either leaves you where you are or feels a little better. That's the path of least resistance. But when you try to make a bigger jump than you're ready to make, then there's a backlash involved in it that keeps you eternally dissatisfied. And a striver like you, someone with a clear mind like you've got, someone who focuses powerfully like you do, someone who's practical like you are, you keep shooting yourself in the foot. Helpful?
Yes.
Something else?
No.
Really good.
Thank you.